Here we go. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Journeying through. Yay, oh yay, oh yay. I'm so excited about tonight. It is a big party for all of us. It's going to be amazing. So let's go ahead and cast a circle of light, specifying that only Source, Creator God, my healing team, and the support teams as needed be present for tonight's journeying through, where we are going to be talking about day 13, the last day that's in part one of A World Made New. And the theme is to your benefit, to your benefit. And there's going to be some awesome healing opportunities, but it's also a big celebration. I'm so excited by the idea of this celebration. The moment I started sitting down and making notes, it showed up as it's a party, time to celebrate. So I'm so excited to have all of you here. So may it be with a blessing, blessing, blessing of Source, that we continue to know that we are the light, that we are everything that we have been waiting for, that everything is to our benefit. May we continue to know one another as word, divinity, and form, and that love is the only truth. So let it be, let it be, let it be. With that, we say amen and aho. I have got a lot of iPhones showing up on my list. It's just really funny. I'm just like 3 people iPhones, and Joanne, I got that message that your iPhone, but so are 2 other people. So if you have the ability, you can go and change your name, add your name. Terry, you're on here twice. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Love how it all is showing up. It is exactly perfect, whether you can figure it out or not. You know, probably like 6 months ago, I was co-teaching Mastery with Kat. We had been teaching it for 5 years, and I started a new level, and everybody got on the new level, and everybody's name was Bonnie Sachs. It was such a funny thing. We just laughed and laughed. I was like, I don't even know how that happened, but every single person who was on was named Bonnie Sachs, and so we had to go and change everybody's name, and it's perfect. It's fine. If you want to change your name and you can, great. If you don't want to change it, totally okay. Doesn't bother me at all. It is great to have all of you here. It is a party. There is a big celebration going on. We are more than halfway through the book. If you haven't been reading, totally okay. You can pick it up anywhere. It really is true. They just keep repeating themselves over and over and over again. And if you have been reading, yay, hip, hip, hooray. So very first thing that we need to get this party started is that everybody needs a party hat. Now, just because I say you need a party hat doesn't mean that you're going to be putting it on your head, but you are welcome to put it on your head. And you may have an awareness of what your party hat looks like. You might not. Totally okay. If you want to pop it into the chat, that is fabulous. If you just want to keep your creation to yourself, that works as well. So I am actually seeing, at first I thought I was going to have a very traditional party hat, kind of the triangular ones that we all had when we were kids at birthday parties. And then what I saw was it was a triangular hat, but there was a long streamer coming off of it. And the streamer just looks like it just keeps going on for days. So that is fabulous. I love that. We have a Santa hat with glitter. a stargazer hat, very tall, very black with stars and crescent moons. I love that. And of course, once you get your hat, you can then ask where it's going to go. It might very well go on your head, but mine is, my hat is going on my head, but that long, like, streamer is going round and round my body. Awesome gift. Love how that shows up. Feather with clear crystals. That is awesome as well. Yay, yay, yay. And in your sternum. That is totally fabulous. Let's see if there is a way. Can I? Maybe not. Okay, we're just going to go with it. Hats, 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 hats. We also have lots of streamers coming in because it is a party for sure. Jill has a tiara for her dream space. Way to create. You can put it anywhere, whatever shows up for you. It's just a plethora of gifts coming in. There are gloves and shoes showing up. You might have gloves, you might have shoes, you might have one shoe and one glove. They're just available. It's like we've all walked into the room and there are just shoes and gloves to just pick up and gather. Who doesn't want some more, events like this where we're just going to gather gifts and keep gifting ourselves? Terry says her hat looks like something from Cinderella at the ball, tall with chiffon draping. Hat on her head. Love that. One shoe, Cinderella. You must be, Terry, you must be the reason why I was like, you might just have one shoe. You might just have one glove. That is absolutely perfect. And part of what I love about that idea of it just being like one shoe and one glove, a ski is one of the things I'm seeing is somebody has a ski, somebody has the ski glove, but they're not on the same person. And one of the parts that I love about that is that we are constantly breaking apart our old ideas we have, that things have to match, that things have to make sense, that, there's a certain way that things have to be, and they don't actually have to be. Now, if yours does, that is perfect. It's not like that is wrong either. It's just that opportunity for us to remember, oh yeah, all the rules, all the ideas of what things look like are being transformed. And if it's one thing we can count on, it's that everything is being transformed. So yay for all that. Cindy actually has her shoes, gloves, matching her hat. And that is totally perfect. I love that. And it's one of those things when my kids were little that it, made me crazy. The place where, they wanted to wear, a skirt and cowboy boots or things that just didn't seem to make sense to me at the time. Now, as I say that, I'm like, people do that all the time. What is the big deal? Their bathing suit and cowboy boots and, you're like, I just need to get you to the grocery store. I don't care what you look like. So however it shows up. Ooh, high-heeled shoes, very high-heeled shoes. I think that's fabulous. I love when people get gifts for things that don't make sense for their personality. Right? Cindy's sister is Joan, and sometimes Joan gets gifts that just make me laugh because I could never imagine her wearing high-heeled shoes in the physical. And she's always like, that's not what my personality would want. So it is totally perfect proof that it doesn't have anything to do with what your personality wants. So one of the things I think is really cool is that when I sat down to reread day 13, it is 6 pages long. Like, I went walking and was listening to it, and I didn't even get all the way around the block before it was done. And I was like, wow, that was fast. Cool. I like that. I like that you can just pack a whole bunch of stuff into 6 pages and it's like done. So I have been posting some ideas on the Facebook page, although I know all of you don't have an opportunity to catch up with that, but we are going to talk about them here. I do want to say, Jenilyn, I so appreciate that you are late because you are my reminder that we are moving more clocks for everybody. More clocks, more ideas about time, and that, we've got to be on time. We've got to be, there's a certain way to do things. There's a certain way that time goes. And I had a note on my work for this, like, yes, let's move more clocks. If you would like, feel free to ask where you have specifically a ticking clock. Tick, 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 tick. Right? That ticking clock. And Terry, I love that you say not enough time, because that's part of that. Where do you have a clock that you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so conscious of every second that is going by? And since it just showed up for me, there must be somebody else here who has it as well. It might not just be the seconds or the minutes or the hours. It's also like that you have got to get things done before September 1. You have got to get things done before the end of the year. This is the season when this must be done. All of those pieces, whatever yours is in particular, you can trust that your higher self is going, this, please, I'd like to make this go away. This, I'd like to make that. I'd like to heal more of that, however it shows up. It's one of the things I love about this is that you can come and just sit and listen. And, in your head, you might be like, I wonder where I have a clock. And you're like, I wonder if my clock is in my forehead. And that's perfect. Or you can jump in and be like, yo, while we're here, can I get a healing on this? And, participate in all of it. And it is perfect. Terry, frontal lobe. Cindy, third eye. I have a clock ticking in the middle of my back. Tick, 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 tick. Yes, just in case you needed a little annoyance. You weren't sure about that. So, I'm going to move more of those clocks. And we have lots of programming that tells us you're supposed to do this by this time and this by that time. My grandson is almost 16 months old and he's just now starting to walk. And oh my gosh, I've had so many ideas about, like, wow, Sarah walked by the time she was 10 months old. Matthew was walking by the time he was a year old. What's wrong with Ben? What's up with that? Get to move more of those clocks as well. See, it's supposed to do things in a certain time frame. Yeah, Terry, you've got a clock and a clock and a clock in your frontal lobe and down into your third eye. So we'll just move those, but yeah, not enough time to get everything done I need to do in this lifetime. Yep, Terry will we'll work on that one in the sternum as well. Jill, 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 Jill. Jill, you have a clock in your throat, and you have a clock under your ear. Here. This one, you can check in for yourself, Jill, but this one looks like it's an itty bitty tiny one there. Tiny is not an indication that it's not powerful. Something that's really, really big is not necessarily really, really powerful. Something that is itty bitty tiny is not necessarily something to not pay attention to. It's energy. It's energy. Joanna, happy to help you with that feeling a little sick. So, there is a lot going on with all of us, and it shows up in a lot of different ways, including that being sick. My husband is, sneezing and coughing. He's like, I can't believe I'm sick again. And I'm like, but remember the last time you thought you were sick, and none of us got sick. It was just energy moving out. And so I tell you that, Joanna, because I can see that there's the energy piece of it that is just the next layer coming up to be healed and moved out. And we're doing tons and tons of that. Like, we have no idea of how much transformation is going on with all of us. If we did, we would be just amazed at how awesome we all are. So happy to help you with that. Kate, happy to give you a healing on that unconsciousness. Stars coming in to the container. You can hold out your hands if you like and gather some stars and put some stars in any specific place you want. Like Kate, you can say, where do I have a lot of unconsciousness that I would like to move? And you can put more there. I want to put some underneath this ear and underneath this ear. There are a lot of channels here in our throats, in our necks. We just keep working on them. Okay. There is a chalice, a glass. Might be a wine glass. It might be a mug. I see somebody is holding a beer stein up. Feel free to grab your chalice or your glass. And you are welcome to hold your glass up and ask it to be filled with whatever frequency you would like more of. It's like telling the field, tears, I would like a lot more wonder. I would like a lot more clarity, right? I would like a lot more inspiration. I would like a lot more joy. Whatever it is, go ahead and ask for it. Yes, definitely more wonder, more inspiration, more creativity, more trust. There's a great one. More trust. And I'm going to put this back in my brainstem. So if you'd like, you can ask what kind of cup you have, what you are putting in the cup, and where you are putting it. And if you are like, I have no idea, and you want to know, you can put that in the chat. Or if you're just like, it doesn't matter, I know my higher self is on it, that's okay as well. More discipline. That's an interesting one. So, more discipline, I would say that one. When I look at that, I'm like, okay, where is the control energy? Where is the control panel that we can move for you, and we can move one for everybody? So living our life isn't so much about discipline as it is us getting to a place where we're like, we are following the direction of our higher self. We're just doing what is next for us to do. And the moment we have that place where we feel like we are not being disciplined enough, or like, I'll take a healing on that and then see what's next to do. So I know there's a lot of things going on here. And if you are looking at where your chalice is and what frequencies your chalice has in it, that is perfect. Terry, a gold bejeweled chalice filled with manifestation. Oh, I love that, manifestation. Gonna throw some creativity in there for you, Terry, as well. Some more creativity. Lots of joy for everybody. You can just have a download of joy for everybody. Jill, a martini glass with abundance, trust, authenticity, love, inspiration. Jill's like, give me all the goods. Just keep filling me up. That authenticity frequency is one that just came onto the planet maybe a week and a half ago, authenticity, and it's fabulous. That's right, Jill, no shame. Give it to me, fill me up. Fill me up. Here's one of the notes that I wrote down in particular. I love when these things, it's like, you've always been supported and loved. Always. Always, always, always. You have been supported and loved throughout everything that you have experienced. Now, there are loads of times, and probably some of us would say most of the time, when we would be like, loved and supported, yeah, no, not so much. But we actually have been, and there are opportunities for us to take healings on the places where we just didn't know that. We had no idea that we were supported. We had no idea that we were a higher self. We had just no idea. So once again, because I think we do this almost every time we have the healing circle, feel free to find a place where you are sure that that is not true. You are sure that you have not been loved and supported. Yeah, mine is right here between my eyes, my third eye. Terry's is her throat. It's perfect. You just never know when things are going to show up. There's just so many times that, you're like, there's no way I could be supported through all this. Why would I be put through this? Channeling. Yep, your frontal lobe, it also goes into your pituitary. Yeah. So, day 13 is about to your benefit. What stands before you today in an awakened state is the agreement to withstand the amount of change that is to your benefit. Underline those words, to your benefit. The alignment you hold today can actually support you in moving through many things without the challenges as you have known them, which simply means how you respond to change may not be frightening or may not be fraught or may not be painful. It may simply be what it is. It doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be, frightening. It doesn't have to be filled with anger. It might be just what it is that is happening for your benefit. And we had this conversation at the dinner table tonight about the idea of that things can be, to your benefit. And I understand that could be a trigger, that the idea that maybe everything that happens to you is to your benefit, that there is a healing opportunity and experience to have in that, and that many of us have had experiences that are really freaking triggering. So take that for what works for you in this moment and just go, okay, I've gotten exactly what I need, in this bit of my experience. I'm throwing the rest of that away. I'm not, going to be concerned with that. Take what you need and leave the rest. It is totally okay. You do not have to agree with everything that the book says. You certainly don't have to agree with everything that I say. Take what you need and let that be perfect. So Cindy, you crack me up. OMG, my knees. Yes, indeed. That phrase, cutting somebody off at the knees, it's fascinating to me. The language sometimes that, our culture has, cutting somebody off at the knees, you can literally cut people's information off at the knees with energies of fear and anger and unworthiness. So healings for everybody's knees. And a few of you are like, I'll take those knee pads, please. I think Cindy, you are one of them with the knee pads. Terry, that is a fabulous healing. Terry is sharing she's been challenged, aware of the changes happening in the lives of people close to her and how it has triggered their fear, her fear of their future, and triggering the fear for herself. And not a great example. Totally not a great example, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. So last week, my grandson started daycare, and my daughter started her job this week, but she put him in last week to start to get used to it. And he didn't do so well with it not as well as I thought. And I said, I kept going, he's really young, but it's going to be perfect. I mean, I am aware that it is perfect for him and really triggering for me. And I have to keep reminding myself that the healing is for me. Heal my stuff, heal my fear, heal my triggers. Today, when my daughter dropped him off at school, he started crying. She texted me and she goes, I left him screaming. And I immediately went into, oh my gosh. And I had all sorts of fear show up, abandonment issues showing up like big time. Like you would have thought that, I had some story going. And I actually had to text a friend, and a couple of them were like, oh yeah, we'll help you with that. And I had to keep reminding myself that this was not about him, not about what he is experiencing. This was about what I was experiencing. Because when I heal it in myself, I heal it for him as well. So for those of you who may have a similar experience where somebody out there is having an experience, it's really, triggering fear in you, it's triggering fear in them or any other low frequency. I want to encourage you. You can certainly put it in the chat and we can work on it. You can also text me and I'm happy to help you with it. But to remind yourself, because everybody here understands this, when you heal it in yourself, you start healing it out there. And to take it a step further, you heal it in yourself, you heal it out there for the people that are having that experience. And it continues to move throughout the planet. We start transforming it for the collective, but it also helps transform even bigger than just this planet. So let's start with ourselves. Anybody has that, I'm really triggered by the changes happening in somebody else's life, triggering lots of fear for me, you can just give me a hand up and I'm happy to help you with that. That's more of what we want to move. And gentlemen, we're certainly happy to help you with that. Waiting for the other shoe to drop. There are, lots of shoes dropping for sure. Helping all y'all. Okay, let's see. We have hats, we have gloves, we have shoes, we have chalices. In day 13, the guides talk about a lamp. All the transformation that's happening, it's really amped up. There's a lot of change, a lot of transformation happening, and we can't avoid it anymore. It is in the field, everything is changing, like we just kind of have to go, okay, it's out there, it's changing, change is good, let's keep working with that. And so they use the example, imagine there's a lamp in the room, but you don't like the light it shines. I'm on the bottom of page 173. Imagine you turn away from that lamp as long as you can. But as the light continues to build, you cannot avoid it. Doesn't this kind of sound like what's happening in the world? Let's just keep building and building and building. And I have had a lot of times where I just want to go run to my bed and pull the covers over my head and kind of be like 5 years old again. but we can't avoid it. It will lift you, the light will lift you with its presence, illumine you by its tone, and agree to you because it agrees to all things. The source of all things, call it God if you wish, is in agreement to all manifestation because manifestation does not exist without this idea. The source of all things outpictured as all things. That light. It's time for the light to shine, and the light just keeps shining and shining. And there are a lot of times where we just want to cover our heads, but it really will be for the good of all. So, everybody has a light that is available to them. You may see it as a candle. You might see it as, some of you like a night light. You might see it as like a little lamp, a Tiffany lamp. Some of you might see it as a flashlight. Look at Terry. It's a lighthouse. I love that. And as I'm looking at it, I'm seeing that a few of you are like, tap, 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 tap. Like, why isn't my light on? Tap, 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 tap. Why isn't my light on? So we're going to give you a healing on that. I'm not powerful enough for this. It's at least 4 of you that are like looking for your light. Street lamp, a kerosene light. See, someone has matches, and they're going around and like striking the match and gifting it to people. So if you have an awareness of a match, it is a match. It sort of looks like a wooden match, but it just stays lit. Gifts for all of you. But that light is yours to keep forevermore, forevermore, forevermore. Is that the raven? Yeah. And we're going to go ahead. Let's move any dimmer switches. Those are like small machines, dimmer switches, hiding your light. There is no hiding anyone's light anymore. That is what we are up to. So if you'd like, you can take a moment and tune in to what song you hear, what music you hear. Might be different for everybody. The song I have been hearing for the last few minutes is a song by Pink called, I think it's called Take Me Home. And it literally is like there is a light that shows me the way. Take me home. And Trisha, we're going to help you with that grief. it can be tough to kind of navigate through those places of other people's experience, and remembering that you have an awareness of their experience for your healing benefit and for the support that you provide them, right? We have our support in the physical, where we're like, what can I do to help? How can I support you? You know, whatever you need, please just ask. But there is also the support that we give to others in being that light, in being that light that is just there. We just keep shining brightly, and we're transforming what they are experiencing, the low frequencies that they're experiencing, as we move through. Terry, I'm going to give you your channels of healing. Terry, ask where you have a blockage in your clairaudient channels. You can also ask where you have a blockage in your claircognizant channels. Everybody can ask. And if you don't ask, we will help you clear them. Yes! I tell you guys, this healing circle is one of the most selfish things I do all week, because I get healings from helping all of you guys. It's fabulous. If the sun don't find you, keep dancing in the rain. Hold on as the darkness turns to light. It's beautiful. And then I also have this one, it keeps like interrupting the other song. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Take me back to those days. I think that was probably in Bible school or something like that. Terry, I keep hearing the light on the hill. And I'll help you with your head feeling like it's in cement. Which is, everybody feel free to look for a place where you have a tapestry, a blanket, a sheet covering old sculptures. I think this is at least the second reference that the guides have made in A World Made New. As far as coverings, things that have covered us up, making us think that we are not enough, that we are nowhere to be found. So we're going to go ahead and heal more valences. More coverings. Pulling off the old sheets. Trisha, around your temples. Cindy, your ears feel clogged. Yeah, we'll work on that. And And Kate, your eyes and brain. Work on that too. Okay. Confetti, streamers, balloons coming in, lots of gifts in the party realm for you, your higher self, busy collecting whatever they most want to help you transform more. Terry, black fabric covering your head, which is a large block of granite or cement. So that covering is a valence. And for me, that large block of concrete or cement is the unconsciousness. When you text me and say, I have no information, say, yeah, remember that block of cement that was making you think that you didn't have access to anything? We're helping you with that. That's a process, Terry. I'll continue working on it even after we finish here at the circle. And Cindy, the feather boa. I love it. There's a couple of you guys with feather boas, and somebody has a beautiful shawl that they've put around them. It's very floral, and you know, one of the things that's been fascinating in the last couple of weeks, I know it happened in the class that Joan and Nicole taught for Care, because Care was out of town in Wonder, and I was looking at a gift that I got. Now, at the moment, I can't remember what the gift was, but I had this awareness of it being very crystalline, and like I could put my hand through it, but the gift was there, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. And Nicole is like, yeah, that's what energy is like. That's what it looks like. Because I have always had this, like, you know, this is my cup and I'm putting this cup in my head kind of thing, and not that sense of it being an energy, like, you know, that you could put your hand through it and then take it out and put your hand through it. And it's been very cool. And I say that because Cindy's feather boa shows up that same way, that it's very energetic, and I have the awareness of all the little connections and the energy pieces to it. So if that's something that is your, God, I can't wait till that happens. Keep doing what you're doing with the energetic pieces here. It will show up, because, you know, I've been doing this for a long while, and it's like, oh, and it's not there all the time, but it is there, and I have more and more awareness, more of that showing up. So just keep going. You have no idea how much stuff we have. Just keep moving it and healing it. So on page 174, where they're talking about the tapestry and the blanket and the sheets, it's like, when you understand that the process of revelation is not one act, but a state of consciousness that is always revealing itself, you will enjoy it and you will participate in it, because you are also being made new in every moment, because you cannot be as you were. Revelation is a frequency. The process of revelation is not one act, but a state of consciousness that is always revealing itself. That's what we're up to. A little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Now, why is it a little bit at a time? Because we are in physical bodies and we can't transform all of it at once. We can't hold it all at once. And everybody at some time when they take mastery sends a message to us. We talk about it in class. Why can't we just clear all the agreements I have that are, to fear tonight? And we're like, you can't, because we can't, our bodies can't withstand that kind of transformation. So it's a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, which is one of the reasons why it's so cool that there are events like this. We have Noah, we have class, we have things to just a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. And do we get frustrated? Absolutely. Do we have things that block us regarding time? 100%. But we just keep trusting how it shows up. So I am sitting here watching paints and paintbrushes and magic markers and crayons show up. And so I'm going to take that as my sign that I am supposed to let you guys know there is an awesome, fun, healing opportunity happening tomorrow night. And I'm so excited about this. I will tell you that the event is called The Art of Joy. And I am going to be doing it with one of my daughter's very best friends. She was in her wedding. They've known each other since they were, 16. They've known each other half their lives at least. They were roommates for a while. And I love Brittany. Now, sometimes I might slip because my daughter calls her wifey and she calls my daughter wifey, but her name is Brittany. She lives in the Virginia area, and she is an art therapist. And she is a graduate of mastery, and I just think she's fabulous, the stuff she does. And so we are going to be doing an intuitive art event tomorrow night from 7 to 8:30, and it's just going to be fun. Art, all you have to do is find some stuff you have around the house, some colored pencils, some magic markers, some crayons, whatever you have with some paper, and show up to the Zoom event. It's going to look just like this. It's going to be a Zoom event, and what we're going to do is she's going to be doing a meditation, and she's going to be talking about, doing intuitive art and kind of letting the art show up how it does. It's the art of joy. I'm going to be doing the energetic pieces to it and infusing the space with more joy, more creativity, more inspiration, and whatever else shows up. It's not going to be a full-on healing event where we're constantly talking about healing, because she's going to have people who are attending it as well, but it is going to be fun. We're just out to have a good time. So whether you see yourself as a creative person, or you like art, or you don't like it, you might want to just put it on your calendar, show up. It's going to be fun. It is the first time she has done this online, so I'm sure we're going to have extra fun, because there'll be times where like, hadn't thought about that, how it translates to online, but I want to let you know. So in addition to the gifts coming in, which you are welcome to gather, paintbrushes and markers and crayons, and I see some paint palettes and bigger like paintbrushes for the wall. Those are all gifts, and you are welcome to gather them as you might like. It is also an opportunity for you to participate in an event tomorrow, and you can pop onto my social media and Instagram, get the link there. You can send me a message. I'm happy to send you the link. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited about it. And then we're going to probably do another one at another time. There are a bunch of events that I have going on because the next mastery class is going to be starting in September, and it's an opportunity to get people excited about what mastery is and how it might benefit them. So I am going to gather that big paintbrush filled with bliss, filled with the bliss is a teal. Also have a paintbrush filled with that magenta splendor. Thank you very much for dropping in. I'm going to put that in my frontal lobe. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Over on page 176. So imagine a day where you awaken to a realization of the divine. When you realize and recognize it, you are recognized by it. You are operating not solo, but in tandem with Source. Your experience of self is as singular, but also conjoined, or with or aligned to and through. Again, the woodwind instrument. The instrument is there, but it is realized as it is played. The woodwind instrument sitting in the corner has capacity, but once played, once spirit flows through it, it is invoked in expression. A clarinet is simply a clarinet when it's sitting in the corner, but the minute you start blowing into it, you are expressing yourself through it, and you are expressing it. In its expression, the tone that you sing supports the realization of everything that the tone encounters. That note that is played through the clarinet, the note goes out and it changes everything that it touches. It is only an idea that we have that the note is played and then it disappears. It doesn't actually disappear. Our ears can't perceive it anymore, but it actually is picked up and is transforming everything in its path. The tone lifts through what you would call entrainment. That is the lifting to the higher at the level of tone that is being sung. That note that is played is transforming everything that it is touching. It is lifting it up. Everything that you are doing, whether you know it or not, is lifting everything up. We have habit? We have a habit of thinking that we're not powerful, of thinking we're not actually doing anything. But it is 100% not true. We are busy transforming everything around us with everything that we do. It's easy for me to say, oh, well, I'm in a class, and of course I am transforming everything that I am doing right now. But when I turn off the Zoom and close the computer down and go into the other room, I am still transforming everything. You are still transforming, lifting it up, entraining it. You are that powerful. 177, a world is changed not through your decision to be in it, but through realizing who and what you have always been in agreement to it. Whew. The world is changed not through your decision to be in it, but through realizing who and what you have always been in agreement to it. As we teach and as we sing, we show you your song, but it is time to sing. It is not time to wait. It is time to call forth that which has always been yours. And as we complete this chapter, we say these words to you now. Be prepared for change. Encourage change. Abide in change. And bless it as it comes, so that you may be blessed by it as well. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Blessings coming in for all of us. Feel free to gather the blessings. Feel free to gift the blessings. You can literally gather them and gift them out. In you knowing who and what you have always been, the world is changing. What's happening out in the world today is because we are busy transforming and lifting it all up. It's a good thing. Cindy, I love that. Big warm hug wrapping around everybody. We're lifting it up. It's not easy. Change is not necessarily fun, but the more we encourage it, the more we're willing to support it and bless it, the more the world is lifting up. Lots of grace coming in for all of us. Loads of love, rapture, devotion. Gifts, 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 gifts. So there is a crystal ball, kind of like a disco ball. It's kind of how I see it. You can see what it looks like for yourself. When I TA for advanced architecture, and today in class, Joan kept seeing this ball as a gift, and I was like, as she was talking about it, I'm like, I'd like that ball for everybody in the healing circle. And so that has shown up. You might see it as a disco ball. You might see it as a crystal ball. I see it filled with loads of pinks, lots of love and devotion and rapture and splendor. And wow, there's one right on the tip of my tongue. but it's filled with loads and loads of love and all those love frequencies. And you get to decide where you would like to have it as the last gifts come in. I'm going to put mine in my throat. That will be a fabulous thing. So regarding when we're going to do another healing circle, I have been arguing with my higher self. Let me see how well that works. About September 1st, that's Labor Day, and I'm actually coming home that day, and I'm like, I'm not doing it then, am I? And so we'll just wait and see how it shows up. Otherwise, it wouldn't be until, what is that? I think the 14th. Oh yeah, that would be the 15th. So just check your email regarding when we're going to have another circle. I encourage you to invite some friends to attend. Spread the love and the healing around. Cindy, I love that. On the top of your head as it opens and falls all over you. Yes. It's fabulous. All right. All good? All good. Very cool. Lots and lots of love for you guys. Y'all are awesome. Doing amazing things out there, whether you know it or not. And you are totally loved and supported always. So as I seal the field unto the light of that one true source creator God, the one is all the magic, all the joy, all the love. I thank my healing team and I thank the support teams as they came in. But I thank each and every one of you who are that light, shining brightly, just sparkling and glowing all over the place in everything you do. And I want to remind you, you are the one that is doing the heavy lifting. On those days where you just feel like you can't do one thing more, go, yes, that's right. I am lifting it all up, and fuck if it doesn't feel like it. Lots of love and blessings to each and every one of you as I say amen and aho. Hope you have a fabulous week. If you need any help, please, please, please feel free to send me a text. I'm always available for you. And of course, out there in the field. Love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great evening.